If you gave me $5,000 today and told me I had to build a business in America from scratch, I would not open a restaurant, launch a clothing brand, buy inventory for an Amazon store, or spend thousands of dollars trying to create the next big app. With $5,000, I would build a commercial cleaning company, and I know that probably sounds boring, but that is exactly why I like it. I am not looking for the most exciting business. I am looking for something people already pay for, something that can generate recurring revenue, something I can start without a huge amount of capital, and most importantly, something that can eventually operate without me personally doing all of the work. Think about how many businesses exist in an average American city. Dental offices, law firms, accounting offices, gyms, medical practices, dealerships, warehouses, real estate offices, private schools, retail stores, and hundreds of other businesses all have one thing in common. Somebody has to clean those buildings. More importantly, they do not need them cleaned once. They need them cleaned every week, sometimes several times per week, which means one good customer can potentially pay you month after month and year after year. That is the part of this business that interests me, because I would rather build a company with 10 customers paying every month than constantly chase hundreds of one-time transactions. So here's how I would use the $5,000. I would spend the first 1,000 or so getting the business ready to operate. I would register the business, get appropriate insurance, buy reliable commercial cleaning equipment, purchase supplies, basic uniforms, gloves, mops, vacuums, chemicals, microfiber towels, trash bags, and everything I need to handle the first few accounts professionally. I would not rent an office because I do not need one, and I would not buy an expensive company vehicle just to look successful. At this stage, every dollar needs to either help me deliver the service or help me acquire customers. I would then spend a few $100s creating a simple professional presence, a basic website, a business phone number, a professional email address, a Google business profile, and a clean presentation that explains what we do. I do not need a 20-page website. I need something that tells a business owner what we clean, where we operate, how to contact us, and why they can trust us. After that, I would keep at least $1,000 untouched as working capital, because new businesses almost always run into expenses that were not part of the original plan. That still leaves me with a significant portion of the budget for the most important part of the entire business, which is getting customers. This is where I would spend most of my time. I would build a list of several hundred businesses within a reasonable driving distance and start contacting them every single day. I would call offices, send emails, walk into local businesses, talk to property managers, and connect with business owners. I would not approach them with a complicated sales pitch. I would ask a very simple question. Are you completely satisfied with your current cleaning service? That question matters, because I am not trying to convince someone who loves their current provider to suddenly change companies. I am looking for businesses that already have a problem. Maybe cleaners are constantly late, maybe certain areas are being missed, maybe employees are complaining, maybe communication is terrible, or maybe the owner simply feels that they are paying too much for the quality they receive. When I find one of those businesses, I would offer a free walkthrough and provide a simple quote showing exactly what will be cleaned, how often it will be cleaned, and what the monthly cost will be. I would make the decision as easy as possible. No confusing pricing, no hidden charges, and no ridiculous sales presentation. I would sell reliability. That is what many people misunderstand about businesses like commercial cleaning. The cleaning itself is not necessarily your biggest competitive advantage. Your advantage is showing up when you said you would, doing the work properly, communicating when there is a problem, and fixing mistakes quickly. Now imagine I land my first business at $800 per month. I do not think of that as an $800 sale. If that business stays with me for 12 months, it represents $9,600 in revenue. Then I sign another company for $1,200 per month and another for $600. Suddenly, instead of starting every month at zero, I already have revenue scheduled before the month even begins. That is why recurring revenue is so powerful. Let us make the numbers simple. Suppose the average customer pays $1,000 per month. 5 clients means $5,000 in monthly revenue. 10 clients means $10,000. 20 clients means $20,000. Obviously, that is not profit. You still have labor, cleaning supplies, transportation, insurance, payroll expenses, taxes, marketing, equipment replacement, and plenty of other costs. Anyone telling you that $20,000 in revenue means you are personally making $20,000 is selling you a fantasy. The real opportunity is creating enough margin between what customers pay and what it costs your company to provide the service. In the beginning, I would probably clean some of the locations myself because I want to understand the operation before asking employees to do it. I want to know how long each type of building takes, what customers notice, which tasks are frequently missed, how much product gets used, and where problems happen. But I would not stay in that position forever. As soon as I had enough stable contracts, I would begin hiring cleaners and training them with detailed checklists. Every customer would have a specific cleaning plan. Every employee would know exactly what is expected, and eventually I would have supervisors checking the quality of the work. At that point, my job would start changing. Instead of spending all of my time cleaning buildings, I would spend more time finding customers, recruiting employees, building partnerships, improving systems, and managing the business. That is the transition I am looking for. If I personally have to perform every service forever, I have created a job for myself. If other people can deliver the service using a system I created, then I am actually building a company. After I had a few strong customers and positive reviews, I would start targeting larger accounts. Instead of only going after small offices worth $500 or $1,000 per month, I would look for larger offices, gyms, dealerships, warehouses, medical facilities, and property management companies that could potentially have multiple locations. One property manager could introduce me to several buildings. One business owner could refer me to 3 other owners. One company with several locations could become more valuable than dozens of individual customers. That is why if you gave me $5,000 today, commercial cleaning would be one of the first businesses I would seriously consider. It does not sound glamorous, and you probably will not impress anyone at a party by telling them you own a cleaning company, but I do not care about that. I care about customers who already need the service, contracts that can repeat every month, relatively low startup costs, and a business where employees can eventually perform the actual work. With $1,000, my priority would be generating cash as quickly as possible. With $5,000, my priority changes. Now I want recurring revenue, systems, employees, and something I can gradually scale into a real company. And once we move from $5,000 to $10,000, I would change the strategy again, because with $10,000, I can start thinking about businesses where a single customer could potentially be worth several $1,000s.